Welcome back to Lochs and Highways, and if you're new here, you've picked a cracking place to join us. We're carrying on from our last adventure through Ingleton and White Scar Cave. You'll find that video linked below, along with our brand new playlist, Lake District and Beyond. Perfect if you fancy catching the whole journey so far. Now then, today we're pushing further into the Yorkshire Dales. This road we're on might look like a simple stretch of tarmac, but it was once a busy turnpike route linking Lancaster to Richmond. Back in the 18th century, you'd have been paying tolls at gates just to rattle your cart along here. And even before that, Roman soldiers were tramping the high roads across these moors, keeping watch on the valleys. Just up ahead we pass the Old Hill Inn, a proper landmark of the Dales. Parts of it date back to the 17th century, when it served as a drover's stopover. Over the years it's welcomed shepherds, travellers, and even the odd statesman. Winston Churchill himself is said to have stayed here on fishing trips. Today it's still pouring pints and serving walkers on their way to the Three Peaks. And then, as the road begins to open out, there it is, the Ribblehead Viaduct. 24 arches of local limestone standing over 100 feet high and stretching almost half a kilometre across the moor. Built in the 1870s, it was one of the toughest railway projects of its day. Around 2,000 labourers from all over Britain and Ireland lived in rough camps nearby. Conditions were brutal, and sadly many never made it home, with more than 100 lives lost during construction. Yet out of that hardship rose a Victorian giant that's still doing its job today. Trains thunder across those arches daily, and now and then a steam engine puffs its way over, drawing crowds of railway fans from across the world. It's a Grade 2 listed structure now, a piece of engineering history and one of the most iconic landmarks in the Dales. And here we are, driving right beside it. We had planned to pull over at the parking area up ahead, a perfect spot for photos of the whole convoy. But, as luck would have it, the car park and even the roadside were packed to the brim. 8 big Chrysler 300s need a fair bit of room, and today there was just no chance of lining them up for a proper snap. Still, it gave us a moment to slow the pace, take in the view, and appreciate the sheer scale of the viaduct stretching across the valley. Sometimes the road throws little surprises at you like this, but it's all part of the adventure. And in a way, it makes the perfect photos even sweeter when you finally get the chance.
Steel base on the blacktop, growling loud. Sun breaks the clouds, cuts through the shroud. Wheels eat the road like the stars from war. Engines howl, echoes soar. Echoes soar. Echoes soar. Chrysler Convoy tearing through the hills. Roar of the engines chasing every thrill. Yorkshire winds sing, tales bow to the sound. Convoy of dreams, never slowing down. Stone walls burn past a green sea roll. Sky stretches wide, swallows whole. Shadows chase the sun, but they can't keep pace. Freedom grins wide on every face. Engines scream, hearts ignite. Through the valleys into the night. Chrysler Convoy tearing through the hills. Roar of the engines chasing every thrill. Yorkshire winds sing, tales bow to the sound. Convoy of dreams, never slowing down. Engines scream, hearts ignite. Through the valleys into the night. Chrysler through the hills. Roar of the engines, roar of the engines. Chrysler Convoy tearing through the hills. Roar of the engines chasing every thrill. Yorkshire winds sing, tales bow to the sound. Convoy of dreams, never slowing down. Sky whispers in the air, bagpipes hum past the streams where the wild horses run. Tarmac kisses tires, a rhythm divine. Each mile we take feels like borrowed time.
Sometimes it's not about the bends or the speed, it's about moments like this. Just rolling through the Dales, with nothing but hills, stone walls, and open skies stretching as far as the eye can see. You start to notice the little things, how the sunlight flickers on the limestone, the way the clouds drift lazily over the peaks, the quiet hum of the road beneath your tyres. Driving through these valleys, I can't help but think of Scotland. But where the highlands are jagged, rugged and raw, these hills roll gently, open wide, like a sea of green. Different, yes, but equally mesmerising in their own way. Even when nothing happens, the scenery itself tells a story. Every valley has its own rhythm, every slope its own character, and somehow it all comes together to make you feel small in the best way possible. These are the moments you drive for, not just to reach the next landmark, but to soak in a landscape that sticks with you long after you've left it behind.
Dancing on chrome and stone, 100 miles from home. Convoy rolling fast and free, Chrysler dreams through the ever grows. Echoes of engines shout to the sky, through Ingleton's heart we fly. And winding streams, horns cry sharp in the valley's dreams. Rubber sings to the moorland tune, chasing shadows of the moon. Where does the road go when it bends? Where does the journey ever end?
And here we are, rolling into the charming village of Hawes, right in the heart of Wensleydale. A proper market town with a history that stretches back centuries. Once bustling with wool and farming, and now a favourite stop for walkers, tourists, and anyone chasing a bit of Dales scenery. Of course, no visit to Hawes would be complete without a stop at the Wensleydale Creamery. Founded in 1897, it's still producing that famous crumbly, slightly sweet cheese that's known all over the world. And yes, it all started in the monasteries of the 12th century. Today visitors can taste, shop and learn about this Yorkshire treasure. I'll admit, trying to park 8 Chryslers here might be trickier than choosing which cheese to sample. And I'm sure a few tourists were giving us curious looks as we squeezed through. Thanks for joining me on this scenic slice of the Dales here on Lochs and Highways. Don't forget to like, give a cheeky subscribe if you haven't already, and stick around for more adventures. Next up, we're heading into some very tight, twisty roads, narrow lanes, hairpin switchbacks, and plenty of wheels spinning as our convoy tackles a proper challenge. You won't want to miss it. And yes, I'm expecting a few, oh no, don't do that, moments along the way. This is Lochs and Highways, Lake District and beyond, where every mile tells a tale, every view takes your breath away, and the road always leads to something unforgettable. Catch you in the next adventure.